Now we're live on YouTube. Hello, YouTube. If you enjoy this, leave a like, subscribe. We come out every Friday, 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Let's get started. So our scene today begins on Corin as you slowly come to Corin. And you're looking up in the air, and above you see a beautiful blue sky. And for a moment, you don't remember what happened last. Until you cock your head to the right. And to the right, you see Six lying on the ground, completely knocked out. And Esmelda is over him, seemingly casting some sort of spell healing. And there's a giant pool of blood around Six. You look to the right, or you look to the left, and you see Shem on the ground, with a gigantic burn mark up her body, and you see Solomon over her, with some light coming out of his hands, and you can assume he's healing. And you look forward, and there's still a huge amount of dust, and you have no idea what's in the temple. You are missing two of your party members. Both Walker and Zeph are nowhere to be seen there. They're either dead in the temple or on the other side of the dust where you can't see. And as you attempt to sit up, you feel an excruciating amount of pain. And you look down, and your entire right arm is completely burned. The first layer of your skin is gone, and it's just black and destroyed. I didn't hear what you said there, bud. I know you spoke, but I didn't hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I guess am I able to get to my feet?
You are able to struggle into a sitting position, and as you assess your body, the only thing on you that seems to really be messed up is your right arm, which you cannot move. It is unusable. It is that burnt.
Alright, then I'll go over to Esmelda and check on, Six, and then over to Shem and Solomon.
Okay. As you move over to Esmelda, you see a piece of debris that is quite large that has been removed from Six's body. It went through his abdomen. And Esmelda is desperately casting some sort of healing spell on him. She doesn't even pay you mind as you come over. But you see the healing spell is working. Six seems to be leaving the immediate danger of death as Esmelda is hard at work keeping him alive. And then you walk over to Solomon. And it's less of a walk, more of a limp, as you realize your left leg also hurts. But you don't see any burn marks. And you don't really see a reason why your left leg hurts until you get over to Solomon. And Shem is on the ground, also passed out. And Solomon is using his lay on hands to heal her. And Solomon looks up and kind of assesses you, seizing your arm. And he also sees something that you seem to have not noticed. You have a shard of the building sticking out of your calf, which is causing the pain as you walk, that you just seem to have completely blocked out.
You look like shit. Just so you know.
Judging by, some of the others, I think I'm okay.
I mean, unfortunately, your face is intact, but the rest of you is okay, yeah. I also am not sure when you're going to decide to do it, but you might want to take the whole tempo out your leg. Could help.
Okay. How big of a piece is it compared to my leg?
Not very big. You cut a pretty good gash across your calf, but it was small enough that you didn't notice when you kind of first assessed yourself. But also you're kind of in shock still, and the pain of your arm has yet to really register.
Joel, you assessing impaled objects before pulling them out?
Yeah, I think I'm leaving that one it's at for now. And you said I don't see Walker or Zeph.
No, well, I was about to get to that actually. You look back towards the temple, and the dust begins to settle, and you see something you've only seen once before. It is the spiritual armor of Salik. In the back of it, you see blackened bird feathers, as the entire back half of Salik has been burnt and destroyed. And you see the spiritual armor flicker around him until eventually it disappears. And Salik collapses to the ground, and you see both Walker and Zeph unharmed. And you are able to put together that Salik flew in and protected two of your party members at what might be the cost of his own life, as he is now collapsed on the ground, and his entire back half of his body is burnt to a crisp. Zeph, you and Walker were in the temple. You would not have escaped if it weren't for Salik. You perfectly saw what happened. Salik flew into the temple after warning you all to get out, realizing that you two wouldn't get out in time. Flew in, wrapped his arms around you, and activated his armor, protecting the two of you, saving your lives. He is now on the ground, unresponsive.
I'm gonna immediately cast Healing Spirit and just place it on him. Yeah, I'm not even gonna speak. I'm just gonna cast spells and attempt to help him.
As you do, his fried chicken-like state, as Shem wonderfully points out, heals a little bit, and he gets over the tipping point between life and death, but he is not doing well so far. He is definitely still teetering between life and death, even with your healing spirit healing him.
I'm gonna get out my the potions and things that I bought, and I'm just gonna start, like, whatever I can do medical wise. I'm going to start assisting, like, bandaging him up, assessing the burns. Essentially, I'm doing what an EMT would do on hand to stabilize him.
Walker, what are you doing?
I'm in shock. I don't know what to do.
You're just standing there?
I've got no medical kits on me. I've got medical training, but no kits. I can't really help him at the moment.
Walker is near. How big is the burn? Like, is it the entire back?
On Salik?
Yeah.
Yes, from like the top of his head to the bottom of his feet, the entire back half of his body he took the brunt of the explosion. He used his armor to envelop the two of you, and his entire back half took all of the explosion, all of the shrapnel. Like, he has cuts up and down his back, deep bad cuts, and he's bleeding and he's burnt. He looks like he was just in the middle of a fire and pulled out. Like, you can see deep into his body.
Knowing that Walker's kind of in shock, I'm going to, like, quickly try to grab his attention, like, snapping my fingers, going, "You either need to help me or leave."
What do I need to do?
And I'm just gonna show him, like, putting pressure on certain things, trying to keep the wounds moist, things like that.
I have medical training. If you have supplies I can use.
Yeah, I'm gonna just start pulling out supplies. I have the healer's kit. I'm gonna use that.
Yep. As you all begin applying first aid treatment, Esmelda, you have finished your treatment on Six. Six is now stable and his wound is closed for the most part. And you look up and you see Solomon standing there. And Solomon, despite the shock he's in, so Solomon doesn't feel the pain. Solomon is in bad shape. He has a giant gash across his chest from, like, his shoulder down to his fingertips. His right arm has been almost obliterated. Like, you can see bones in part of it. This is what you see, Esmelda, as you finish your treatment on Six.
I'm hardcore.
Oh God.
And Solomon is standing there, completely in shock, like, not understanding what has happened to him. He does not feel the pain yet.
All right, so I'm gonna, like, try to take advantage of him being in shock and start focusing on healing him. I'm gonna start focusing on healing him.
How are you gonna make him sit down again? What are you gonna do? He's currently just standing there, like looking over the wreckage of this. This was once mighty temple.
I'm gonna treat him while he's standing up, but if he shows any sign of like falling over, I'll help him sit down.
The second you come over and begin casting the spell on him, Corin, you feel the second she begins starting to heal you, the shock runs out, and you feel the full weight of this pain. Of your arm being basically burnt to a crisp and this gigantic gash across your leg. This pain hits you all at once, and it's almost overwhelming.
Is this Corin or Solomon?
This is Corin. Solomon was never in the temple. Solomon didn't get any wounds. He's focusing on trying to heal Shem up, who's still unconscious.
So if I'm able to, I want to like push Esmeralda away from me and tell her to help someone else.
You attempt a weak push, but it gets nothing done as Esmeralda is able to easily brush you off and continue healing you.
If you try pushing me away again, I'll hit you.
Is Salik even conscious, or is he down? Is he out?
Salik has not come to yet.
Is he in immediate danger of dying?
Roll me a medicine check.
Cool.
Medicine.
Oh, that's awesome. That's a 25.
Salik is on the verge of death. He is barely hanging on.
Alright. While I am trying to heal Salik with the spell going and everything else, I'm just gonna look around and I'm gonna look at Solomon. I'm gonna go, Solomon, sit! And then I'm just
Solomon
like,
is fine. Corin.
I'm gonna start like telling people like, alright, Corin, you need to sit. We need to assess your leg. Tell me like what is happening. I'm gonna look at Solomon going, Solomon, you need to start bandaging your arm. How badly are you bleeding? I'm gonna start triaging people.
Ma'am, Solomon is fine. Solomon was never in the temple.
Solomon had an arm.
No, Corin has his arm burnt off.
Corin.
Solomon is currently healing up Shem, who has a very nasty burn down her back.
Cause I'm beefy as fuck, boys.
Alright, she will be fine. Solomon, grab Corin, get him down. You
I'm
need to start
in the middle
him.
of
She will be okay
doing
for right now.
Whatever.
Just shush.
Solomon, do you listen to Zeph, or do you continue working on Shem?
Yeah, I'll listen to her. I mean, she knows way more about medicine than me.
Okay.
She has a burn, right?
She has a pretty nasty burn down her back, yes.
Alright, that is survivable. Make sure there's no other blood coming out of her before you move. And then get Corin to sit down.
As this is all happening, 6, you wake up. You are very lightheaded from the blood loss. And you do wake up in a pool of blood, 6, of your own blood, but you have no visible wounds on you as Esmeralda was able to heal you.
God, I need a bath.
You kind of always needed a bath.
Oh, when I want comments from the peanut gallery, aren't you supposed to be doing something? Damn it.
I can multitask, like you.
Whoop.
6, if you're well enough to talk, are you well enough to help?
I'm just gonna say, 6 is better at the other thing. The healing, not so much.
6, as you attempt to sit up, your vision goes super dizzy. You feel the world spin around you.
Hey, I got a question. Why am I drunk?
No.
Lord, this map feels so good.
Walker, can you please assess and make sure there's no internal bleeding going on in 6?
I have to step away for a minute.
Alright, Walker does so and determines there is no internal bleeding. 6 just lost a lot of blood from the shard that went through him.
Drink some water. You will be fine.
As you all begin assessing, the heat from the desert that you are in begins taking its toll on the party as you are all. It is midday and you are all exhausted from your different efforts. Zeph, you managed to get Salik off the verge. He's not doing good. He's definitely not going to be able to like stand up or walk or anything like that. But he's no longer dying. And during one moment, he manages to wake up and he whispers, "The jungles, take the jungles." There's and before he finishes his sentence, he passes back out.
Alright, cool.
And Solomon, as you're being worked on by both Esmelda and Corn, Corn, as you're being worked on by both Solomon and Esmelda, you realize you still have that note from the temple in your left hand.
Well, before he reads that note,
I'm going to.
You've been clutching it the entire time without realizing that you're clutching your left fist. This note has been like clutched within your fist. No one else knows about it currently.
I'm worried about Corn. Can I break off from Sleek the second I know he's not dying?
You were currently working on 6, Walker. You were making sure he had his internal bleeding. After about 15 minutes, you are able to determine that 6 lost a lot of blood, but he should be fine. And you are able to break off and move towards Corrin.
6,
So
you.
I am doing my absolute damnedest to like push everyone away from me. Like I'm crawling away from them if I can.
Esmelda,
Dude.
Solomon, what are you doing as the incredibly injured Solomon or Corrin tries crawling away from you?
I'm just gonna grab him by the head. I'm not gonna let him crawl away. Like, you need to chill the fuck out.
No,
And sit
no,
down.
get off of me.
I'm not gonna get off you. You're like an injured dog, alright? You're just lucky I'm not putting you down, which was honestly my first thought, but
Don't let him sit on you.
Okay, I want to reach down, grab a handful of sand.
Are you
And
doing
throw it
this
in their
with your
faces.
right hand or your left hand? Your left hand currently has a note in it, and your right hand
I
is
will
currently.
throw the note at them too.
You'll throw the notes? Okay, you throw the sand and the notes. Esmelda, you see the sand kind of hits you, but you also feel something harder, and open your eyes to see this crumpled up piece of paper kind of smacking in the forehead and falls to the ground.
Oh my god. Corn, watch your trash. I'm gonna pick it up and ball it in my hand, but I'm not gonna throw it back at him.
It's not trash.
Then what is it?
All of you minus Solomon know that this is the note that Corin picked up. Solomon, you do not know this because you didn't go into the temple.
I also didn't get blown up. Checkmate.
Esmelda also managed to escape the temple without taking any damage.
Oh, skirt?
You're just close enough to the door.
Alright, so I assume at this point I don't have enough fight in me to keep like trying to get away, so I'm just gonna.
Yeah, after you throw the sand, from the blood loss and the pain, you actually just pass out.
Pocket sand.
Good. He's easier to deal with.
I agree.
And you all spend the rest of the days, trying to heal them. And everyone gets back up into decent condition, minus Salik, who, after his little message to you, Zeph, does not wake back up. You managed to stabilize him, but you realize as you do that you are going to need much more help to get him back into fighting condition. Shem, eventually you do wake up. You feel you wake up laying on your stomach with a face full of sand. And you feel an incredible pain arc down your back, but it's not life-threatening, and you know this to be so. Corin, after a while, after they heal you or work on you for a bit longer, you do wake up. Your calf has been healed, so you can now walk. But your right arm is still unusable.
That's gonna be problematic, isn't it?
I can tell if you're saying that as a character or...
Yeah, that was Corrin.
Ah, okay. Yeah, just about as problematic as throwing sand in my fucking face. which I don't appreciate.
And with this, the
Next time,
sun
get
begins
off
to
me.
set. And you guys, from your 2 weeks journeys, know just how cold it would get in the desert at night.
I'm gonna create a fire for us to at least huddle up with. And I'm gonna transform into a dire wolf and try to keep Salik warm so he doesn't go into shock.
Yeah, you do so. And as you all sit around the campfire, both Solomon's right arm and Salik in general,
Corn.
or Korn, I'm sorry. Korn and Salik, you know, are going to require some pretty advanced medicine
Yeah.
to get like back up to fighting shape. Everyone else, Shem, your back burn is painful and irritating, but you can you don't really want to like twist your back or anything like that, but you can still walk and operate. And
So like
six,
a really bad sunburn.
well, you know, the top layer of your skin, that's what the epidermis, I think it's called, pretty badly
Yeah.
burned, but not all the way through. So like you'll also require some medical attention eventually, but like you can operate still.
Okay.
And six, your Esmelda managed to close the wound through your abdomen, so you are good to go, for the most part. You've lost a lot of blood and you're still very woozy, but with about or probably like 1 or 2 nights rest, you would be able to get back into fighting shape.
Hey, Corin. Are you gonna start a one-hand man band? Because last I checked, you ain't shooting their guns without being able to reload.
Yeah, I choose to ignore that.
Does anyone?
We
Does
need
anyone
to
at
head
all?
to the jungle. There's a jungle. I don't know where, but we need to head that way.
I mean,
Those of you who is from Hito,
Corin is.
Corin, you know that there's a jungle on the other side of this desert, which you are like 2 weeks away from.
I informed the group of that.
yeah. Looking at the fucked up patrol, I really don't think we're going anywhere. At least until the morning.
No, obviously not right now. But we need to head that way. I think that's the only way Salik's gonna survive this fully.
Zeph and Walker, you two personally feel very responsible for Salik's current condition because, well, it's your fault that he had to rush in and rescue you. If you had been able to escape the temple just a little bit faster, he wouldn't be in this condition.
Yeah, but he chose to do it. He could have let us die. No, I'm joking.
He could have let you die, but he understands your importance to saving your plane, as he lets you know
Yeah,
well enough to
that's why I
save
said we'll
you.
get to the jungle.
But you know,
What?
you feel more responsible than the rest for Salik, as you
What's the
would 100% be
nature-
dead.
What's the nature of his armor that it can dodge bullets, but not fire and stone?
So what he ended up doing is normally his armor covers basically just him, but he used it to envelop the two of you and leave half of his body exposed to the explosion.
Does anybody want to tell me how the fuck you blew up a temple? I literally left you alone for not 2 minutes.
Corin, pick something up.
And
Instead of
Esmelda,
kicking-
you know you are
How's that
now
arm doing?
Esmelda, you are in possession of the piece of paper that Corin picked up and blew everything up with.
Oh shit, that's right.
You know, you're not
You
a
haven't said
very
anything
good
yet.
fucking archaeologist.
Nope.
Like,
Corin is napping currently.
Both Corin and Six are passed the fuck out,
Oh,
recovering from their injuries and such currently.
so when Solomon turns over and sees that, I just want to be like, Oh, and now you're too fucking lazy to listen to me. God damn it.
What? Did you just say you were too lazy to listen to me, or I'm too lazy to listen to you?
No, he was too lazy to listen. He's sleeping right now.
Oh,
I was saying something.
he's injured. What do you expect? His body
Well,
needs to heal. Best
I
way to do
expect
that
him
is
to
sleep.
listen. I expect him to not blow up fucking mysterious temples. Seems
And
like a
like,
reasonable expectation. Totally subverted.
Does
and
anybody
who's
Well,
know
supposed to
where?
know?
Does anybody know where this note was that Corin grabbed before
In
the
What
temple
note?
blew up?
in the
I
middle
got it.
on a thing. Girls, get out. Get out.
What note?
I'm gonna take the opportunity, just like open it, uncrumple it, and just like read it out loud.
And you do so, and the note informs you that the gods are waiting for you in the wastelands.
So, let me just think about this. They blew, well, not me, but the rest of you got blown the fuck up for a note meant
Solomon,
for
I really want to smack you right now.
He didn't get hurt. You totally can.
I'm not going to, but
Do it. Do it. Do it.
Do
Listen,
it.
I'll start fighting everybody. All right, y'all too weak. I don't care.
Actually, Walker and Zeph are in perfect shape.
yeah.
Well, I mean, a druid and a wizard. The wizard, that's like a one-hit wonder. No offense, Walker. And I probably couldn't hit you because I love you too much.
I
You'll
appreciate
be
that.
underground.
You're asleep and can't shoot. You chill out.
All right.
And the night does eventually fade away, and the sun begins rising. Six, you wake up and you are feeling much better now. Your body seems to have recovered from the blood loss. You are no longer woozy. You can actually, sit up without fainting. But Corin, you still feel pretty weak. And Salik shows no signs of movement.
Well, we need to get moving.
Well, if I understand right, there's a problem. The gods want us to go to the wastelands, and Salik mentioned the jungle. What will we do?
Where are these
How about
wastelands, anyways?
how about this? We screw the gods over real quick while we save Salik.
I'm just gonna put it this way. If the gods left us a note, that means they're already here.
I mean, I'm
So
definitely
why do
not.
we need to find them?
First of all, I'm definitely not on team screw the gods. Probably a poor decision.
Oh no, I'm not on that either. But I'm just saying,
Though,
like,
They've been gone for how long? It's okay if they miss a couple more days of all of our bullshit.
So
Saying,
if that note was from the gods, why did they blow up the temple that we were in?
that's what I asked.
That's
Wow.
exactly why I'm saying screw the gods.
Why would they not
Wait,
tell
because
Salik to
God
warn us?
give us and they take us away, damn it. Oh, that still hurts. Why does it still hurt?
it's
You got
residual
blown up.
pain. You'll be fine. We need to go to the jungle. We can go to the wasteland later. Where is the wasteland, anyways?
Wasteland
It-
is you all remember the king telling you not to go to the wasteland specifically. It is south of Gregoritus. It is the entire southern half of Hito. During the first session, the king very specifically said like avoid the wastelands. That's where some very powerful
No.
beings live.
Yeah, no, I got that. Zeph doesn't know. Like, she knows that he said to avoid it. She just actually doesn't know where it is. That's
Oh,
why she was
Corn,
asking.
you know where they are. And Walker,
can-
you also know where they are because Corn found you in the wastelands.
Hmm.
Alright.
Walker,
don't
does
really
that
have-
mean that you're a god?
I feel like I would have been able to do a little bit more if that were the case.
I've never heard of a god of hiding in holes, but you could be the first.
He could be the god of holes.
oh no.
Every hole there ever
That's
was or ever
you.
will be. Walker
So
rules over
leave
them.
that alone.
Gross.
That was the point.
So, do we want to swing by the jungle first? Because I could use some aloe vera.
Is that a pun? Do you want to swing around the jungle?
I can climb.
I understand the jungle's closer.
Well-
Perhaps we go there first.
It's probably best if we make sure that nobody dies. I mean,
So we're
mind
all
you, if one of
going to
you
save
does end up,
everybody but the gods, right? Did I catch that?
If the gods were patient enough to build a temple, put a note there, trap it, tell a monk where we are, not tell him there's a trap there, perhaps they're willing to wait for us to go to the jungle first.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, this whole situation is kind of fucked up. If you think about it. Like,
Well, while you guys talk about this, I'm gonna sit down, okay? I'm just gonna be over here.
no, we need to move to the jungle, and
Jeez.
I'm
why?
going to grab Salik and just start walking towards where I think the jungle could be, which is
And I'll
probably
help.
the wrong direction.
East. If I understand correctly, the jungle should be east of us.
And I'm just gonna look at Walker where his direction and then start walking again. Like,
And I'll
okay,
help carry
this is
Salik.
east.
Is the rest of the party following?
Yes. Yep.
Hey,
Okay.
Corey, do you need a hand?
Corin is going to push off any attempts to help him, or for anybody to help him, and he's just going to trudge along at the very back of the group. He's feeling pretty shitty about the damage he caused.
I'll nod to Solomon to take my place carrying Salik. I want to drop back to Corn.
Okay, you do so.
And Corn, I've seen this look on your face before. Do you believe this was your fault?
You not both know damn well it is.
Hey, any idiot could have done it. I would have. If it wasn't you, it would have been me. It's fine.
I mean,
Ow.
did you set the trap in there? Did you know that there was a trap in there? Did you realize that the ticking was going to explode something? Because I sure as hell didn't, and I saw you do all of that.
Look,
I
I've
mean-
been in plenty of situations like this before, and I've never ignored gut feelings, never ignored
You never
obvious
saw it
signs.
before?
Well, no.
I mean, I followed my gut, and I didn't know this was going to happen.
I did.
And I'm pretty intuitive.
I mean,
You can't hold yourself accountable for what the gods are doing. They sent someone to guide us here, and they did not warn us. You can't blame yourself for that.
Corn, listen. I know all that.
This is what I mean.
I know all the lovey-dovey stuff that they're talking about. Yeah, it's good and all, but you got to think about it this way. You were the grumpy archaeologist that does get to technically say he did remove something off of a map. It's really easy to put shit on a map. You just find it. You got rid of the bitch.
We can call it the Corn Ruins.
You're a force of nature.
The core and kratom.
You're
I
incredibly
like the
destructive
Corn
and
Creator.
dangerous.
We're not even going to tell people about the temple. We're just going to be like, this is where Corin blew up.
Where Corin says another one bites the dust.
Another one bites the dust. Another, oh shit.
And with that, you guys continue trudging along. And nothing of real interest happens during these 2 weeks. It's just a miserable 2 weeks through the desert carrying a very, very wounded bird and trying to keep him alive. There is a few times where you think he's going to succumb to his weaknesses and die. But between the combined efforts of Zeph, Esmelda, and Solomon, you are able to stabilize Sleek every single time that does happen, and barely, just barely keep him alive. Corn, the entire time, every once in a while, you try and move your right arm, and are completely unable to. You can't even get a finger twitch. Your right arm, as time goes by, you learn that your right arm is completely unusable in its current state.
Okay, does anybody else notice this?
Um, Walker, who is very close to you every once in a while, or is watching you very closely, and he definitely notices your irritation at your inability to move your arm. But besides that, everyone else is pretty focused on Salik and his attempts of dying.
So I'm going to make a point of telling Walker this stays between us. Nobody else needs to know yet.
I understand, but you do not need to hide this from them. I know it's been just us, but they've been helpful.
Yeah, I know. But it's on my arm. I'm not worth nothing.
Of course you are, Goran. Perhaps where Salik told us to go, there might be a way to fix this.
And 2 weeks later, as you all trudge through the desert, eventually the desert slowly shifts into a beautiful, lush jungle. Until eventually, you all are fully enveloped in this beautiful, beautiful dungeon. You hear birds chirping, animals moving through and fro. For those of you who are fans of nature, this is the most beautiful place you've ever been. As nature runs rampant. There
Alright,
are
I'm
Oh,
all
leaving.
there are all sorts of animals everywhere, who are seem to be blissfully happy. Large trees, old trees. There's multiple rivers and lakes everywhere. You don't find any in your first few days of looking through the dungeon or the jungle. You don't find any signs of um, intelligent life. But you do find a very, very good ecosystem, a very happy ecosystem.
Um,
Does this seem a little weird?
It's weird for you all because you've never seen anything like this. After the nuclear war, most of the world was nuked, but it appears this jungle was spared from the destruction of the rest of the world.
I'm in character, like, I just comment, like, I'm surprised that humanity hasn't tried to overtake this jungle.
By this point, Shem, your back has slowly begun healing. It's still pretty tight and not very fun to move around, but you're able to do it without feeling large amounts of pain. It's still little twinges here and there, but besides that, you're pretty good.
Okay. No emergency skin grafts?
For now, you seem all right.
Okay.
No
I don't know where
infections
I
or
get the skin from.
no infections or anything like that. You seem pretty all right.
Okay.
Corn, you still cannot move your arm, and Sleek still has not shown any signs of waking up.
I'm gonna cast Detect Magic while we're walking around and see if I can feel any like divine magic or anything that could consider like stronger healing.
The jungle
Magic
lights up,
area.
and the entire jungle, you realize, is protected by some sort of magic. The entire jungle glows brightly with magic.
Well, that's unusual. Guys, the whole forest is magic.
Looks like plants to me.
Yeah, it's because you're only seeing what's on the surface. I guess I'll cast Speak with Animal.
Yeah, and there are lots of animals. There's monkeys in the trees, squirrels, bunnies on the ground, foxes,
Yeah, any of them that will
birds
listen, or
everywhere.
all of them. Honestly, all of them. He's just gonna talk. Is there anywhere that this magic source comes from, or a place that I can take my injured friends to help heal them of their injuries?
And a bird chimes in and says, Mother Earth protects this area. Be safe, be very, very safe.
And where is this Mother Earth?
And the bird clams up immediately.
I'm a friend. I promise I'm not here to harm anybody, but we have someone that's critically injured that could die. And if Mother Earth can help him, I would be most grateful.
Can the rest of us tell what she's saying to the animal?
I don't think so.
No,
Or is this just chirps?
she's like chirping in bird. She's like blue 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 blue. The rest of you are looking around like, what?
Birds.
Yeah, I'm just staring at her like, how did I get myself into this?
Zeph, as you say this to the bird answers back, and it says, if Mother Earth wants to find you, it will. It will. It will. Mother Earth will come. Only if she wants. Yes, yes. We cannot divulge her secrets. Yes, yes. And then the bird flies away.
So, you learn anything?
Yeah, apparently Mother Earth protects this area, and she can help us, but she will come to us. We can't go to her. So,
and as you say that, Sleek begins convulsing violently.
I'm gonna start casting Healing Spirit again. And I'm gonna start talking to Mother Earth, like, can you please come help us?
I look
Nature
around
is
trying to
my
figure out who
thing.
she's talking to.
Solomon gives him a little bit of space, but just crosses his arm and stares down at him like, all right, quit making a scene. You're going to be fine. Just stop.
Are you talking to Sleek when you say that?
Yes.
I'm gonna attempt to help by casting Spare the Dying.
Esmeralda, what are you doing?
Esmeralda.
I'm sorry, I was eating. I'm just gonna be standing in the back, like just watching this all pass by, with a few occasional jolts, writing down in my notebook.
And Corn, what are you doing as Sleek begins convulsing?
Pretty much just sitting there watching everybody else because I don't do magic.
And as Sleek convulses more and more, and Zeph, you attempt to cast your spells to begin healing him. Suddenly, almost out of nowhere, he stops.
Yeah,
Like-
looks like he was fine.
Like, dead stops, or like, the convulsion just stopped?
Roll me a medicine check.
18.
He's not dead, but he seems to have stopped breathing.
I'm going to do my best to try to connect with the nature around me and beg them to heal him. Not beg them, but ask to heal him.
You get no response. And you all begin to feel something very powerful around you. And all of you, clear as day, can feel this aura of some sort around you.
We just had to fuck around in the magic forest, didn't we?
Solomon, as you say that, the brushes around the brush of the forest around you begins to shake, and a woman steps out from it and looks at you all.
You know, if you're here to kill us, there's been an explosion and an entire other civilization that has already tried within the last.
Solomon,
What?
this is Mother Nature.
Well, she didn't say that. How was I supposed to know?
And she lets out a small chuckle and she says, aren't you supposed to believe in the gods, dear?
Mother Nature was never really told to me as a god. More as like a, hey, there's dirt down there. There's birds. Ooh,
Well,
Believing.
you are correct, dear Solomon. I am not a god. My name is Gaia, and welcome to my forest.
See that I'm not that silly.
If you're not a god, then what are you?
She gives you a little wink, Walker. She says, please, bring my dear Salik with you. We will return to my home to heal him. And she looks at you, Corin, and sees how badly damaged your arm is, and she says, oh dear, you cannot move that, can you?
I glare at it. I look surprised and look around.
This is news to the rest of you. The rest of you did not know just how bad his arm was.
Time to get a new one.
I missed my chance to put you down.
Oh my god.
And she walks up to you, Corin, and she kind of puts her hand on your cheek. And at first you're kind of apprehensive, like who is this stranger touching you? But you feel a wave of calmness come over you, as almost like a primal instinct lets you believe that you can trust this being. Whoever this person is, she is the most trustworthy person you've ever met in your life.
Holy shit, something's wrong. She's bewitching him. He's actually smiling.
Hi, dude. Hi.
I mean, I'm gonna leave it.
And she kind of pushes or moves her hand down your cheek, and you feel almost soothed by this presence. And then she moves her hand from your cheek and she looks at you all and she says, "Come, follow me," and begins walking off.
No. Better is.
Yeah, if Corin's feeling positive about her, he's just gonna like immediately follow her.
But what
I'm
about the
gonna
rest of you?
follow.
But
I'm gonna
Salik's
follow
not breathing.
behind everybody.
Damn, sounds like he's got a crush. Okay, let's go.
And as you all begin following her, we're gonna take a quick little break.
Quick,
We
Neil.
will
Absolutely, Walker.
we will return in 5 minutes. Sound good? Sounds great.
Yeah.
In the hood. He's like, I know it's been an
Okay.
hour. But I'm about to leave.
You should have saved your empty bottles.
we're beginning once more. Also, shout out to Corn's wonderful friend Katie, who's watching us right now. Hope everything's going great.
Thanks, Katie. Welcome to the shit show.
Yes. Is everyone
Hi,
else...
Mom!
Hello, Katie.
It's not creepy at all.
Well, 6 does have that effect. Both in game and in real life, damn it.
So, picking up where we left off, you all follow this mysterious figure who's identified herself as Gaia, as she leads you through the jungle to a little shack. And as you all walk into the shack, she points to the table and she says, "Quick, put Salik there."
All right, we do
I was
so.
like, who's actually carrying him? Now that I think about it.
I don't know who's carrying him.
I gotta shoot.
Zeph was the primary, I think. I don't have
Yeah.
the strength to necessarily carry.
Okay.
I'll
Well,
put him down.
yep, and you guys do. And this mysterious woman begins chanting something as the table around Sleek lights up. And he begins breathing normally for the first time since the explosion. And you kind of see...
You all just suck at healing.
You see the wound on his back close up. And he goes from the crispy, burnt chicken nugget that he once was, to looking normal. He's returned to normal as this figure has completely healed him. And when she's done, she looks over at you, Corn. She says, "Well, would you like me to do the same to you, dear?"
No, he's fine.
She should tell up.
She's gonna do the same to you. I guess we'll leave the room.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk up to her, slide my jacket off, and like, I don't know, like flop my arm around a bit.
You slide the jacket off with an incredible amount of pain. As it kind of brushes over your burnt skin. And she gently takes your right arm. And you don't even feel pain as she touches it. And all you feel is this wave of relief as she releases magic into you. And 1 minute you're looking at your arm and it's destroyed. And the next you look down and it's completely normal.
Damn, that's so pretty. Can you fix back bacon over there?
She looks at you, Shem, and she says, "Oh, were you hurt too, dearie?"
I just got a hole in my stomach, that's all.
I mean, I don't think you're really done. His face is still just fucking horrible.
Hey,
Solomon,
Solomon,
I'm still gonna be your backpack leader.
Do not be mean, dear Solomon. This is a place of friendship and love.
Ma'am, I'll just go down his attitude.
Yeah, I was gonna say, once I acquire those things, I will, for certain, bring them here next time.
Well, unless you want the pain that I just healed from your friends put upon you, I suggest you be nice.
I'm not the one that walked into an exploding temple.
Stop talking. Solomon.
And Solomon, as you say that, you feel a horrible headache begin setting in.
Why is his face turning that way? His face is looking funny.
Because
Solomon.
it's karma.
I should deal with your bullshit.
Solomon.
And as you say that, your head begins hitting even more. And this woman smiles at you.
Solomon. Last time we engaged with people like this, we ended up getting teleported into a desert.
Yeah, they were dicks.
Might I recommend prudence?
I have no idea what a fig-like fruit has anything to do with this.
And your head begins pounding, and you start feeling very lightheaded, Solomon.
My arm is fixed now, right?
Huh?
My arm is fixed, right?
Yes, you can now. For the first time in 2 weeks, you were able to move your arm.
Alright, like, hearing how Solomon is, like, the vibes that I'm getting from Gaia, the fact that she just, like, fixed my arm, I'm drawing my pistol, aiming at Solomon and telling him to get out.
And Gaia puts her hand on top of yours, which is holding the pistol, and she says, Be calm, child. Do not put such violence upon him.
I mean, that's kind of fucking rich right now.
Oh my God, Solomon, shut up.
I'm in a lot of pain,
Got-
and I'm very angry.
If
Exactly.
you two don't get along, I'm gonna put you both in my bottle and leave you there.
Tristan, can I
Guys, he's
cast
starting to
Tasha?
look green.
You can
Can I-
do that?
Can I cast Tasha's hideous laughter on him?
You most certainly can. I'm not stopping you.
Solomon, perhaps it's a good moment to lighten up, and I'll gesture at him and try to cast that.
What? All right, Solomon, make the saving throw.
What kind of saving throws?
Wisdom.
Perfect. I've got tons of wisdom. My +0 will protect me. 14.
I think he clears it.
Well, I don't know. What's your spell saving CDC?
Hit DC 13. He passes.
Oh,
Yep.
man.
But
Sorry.
he is still feeling an
I'm not
incredible
sorry.
pressure on his mind.
I don't know why, but part of me was kind of hoping it was going to work.
I totally was.
Solomon,
Like,
you
it
need a
doesn't help
hug.
me at all, but I'm like, it would be hilarious.
Well, Solomon, that doesn't work. And your head, it feels like it's about to explode. What would you like to do next?
He's just crossing his arms, glaring at everybody, like very squinty eyes.
You need
And
a hug, Solomon. Would that help?
I'm gonna look at Gaia and I apologize for Solomon. He's not used to people actually having an opinion that's not of his own. And though he means well, he sometimes doesn't say things others would appreciate. He's learning slowly that his views aren't the only views in this world. And I am so sorry if he has offended you.
actually, everyone, would you give me a moment with your friend Solomon alone?
Ooh, you're in for it now. You have a nice day. Bye-bye.
If I die, just know I did it stubbornly.
Would you like me to say Solomon? Would you like me to leave?
No. She wants some time alone. I mean, no sense you guys dying as well.
I'll walk out.
All right, Solomon, real quick, do me a favor and join the private affairs channel here.
Oh my.
Goodbye, friends. Please don't watch the stream while I talk to him.
Hey, DM, buddy.
Howdy ho. All right, so yeah, you are now alone in this room with this woman. What do you say?
So, is this enjoyable for you?
She gives you a smile and she says, "Well, I've been waiting for heroes to appear, so yes."
I mean, no offense, but we're kind of the most messed up. Could you get rid of this?
Get rid of what?
The headache. You know what I'm talking about. You put it on me because I have to take care of Corin's bullshit.
And as you say that, your throat swells up and your voice cuts off, and you can no longer breathe. And the goddess gives you a very stern look. She says, "If you don't begin behaving, this will be the least of your problems, Solomon." And then the pressure on your throat disappears, and you can once again breathe and speak.
I really didn't see this as misbehaving. I'm just being honest with my unpleasure.
You begin being nice to your teammates, or I will make sure that you
How
are.
have I not been nice? How have I not been nice?
If you do
I
not
saved
stop
them. They're not
bullying
dead.
Kelwyn,
Wait, me bullying him.
oh, don't worry. I will also have a conversation with him. But if you all don't begin acting as a team, you will die.
I kind of figured it was just good enough that we fought as a team.
Begin acting like a team, or I will intervene. Do you understand, Solomon?
Cryptically, mostly.
You do not want me to interfere.
I mean,
Do you understand,
negative,
Solomon?
like negative interference. Because like I thought you meant like if we don't get along, you'll help us with these things.
Oh, I will make sure you begin getting along, and you will not enjoy it.
Okay, see, that was the word I needed. I was unaware of what you're going for.
Do you understand?
Yeah, play nice. Don't use the halfling as a footstool. Right.
Be an enjoyable company. Do you understand, Solomon?
I don't know if I've ever been enjoyable, but I'll give it a shot.
Cool. Rejoin the general group, sir.
That
That is the end of that conversation.
I love you, man.
Oh,
I love
thanks.
I love role playing moments like this.
Um,
Man,
and
I'm trying to visualize that.
Oh
Solomon
no.
exits the house. And Gaia pokes her head out. She says, Corin, if you would, please join me alone.
Give me 1 second. Let me hop on Discord on my phone.
I motion go try to walk in with Corn. I don't like leaving him alone.
And then Gaia puts her hand on your shoulder, Walker, and she says, oh no, dearie, it'll be okay.
Mm.
You good?
Yep.
Alright. She looks at you and she says, Corin, I understand you and Solomon don't get along well.
He is just so damn frustrating.
I understand very well, but if you are to survive the ordeals ahead of you, you must begin working together. Do you understand, Corin?
No, I get it, but there are times. Let's just say there are times I wish you wouldn't wake up in the mornings, and I know I could make it happen.
Well, if you don't begin getting along, next time, your arm disappearing will be the least of your problems.
So yeah, Corin's gonna like blush a little bit and just kind of like take his hat off. Yes, ma'am.
And one other thing, Corin. I understand you don't believe in the gods.
I've been all over this planet. I've seen all sorts of magic, all sorts of machines. I've never seen anything
And
that
she
that
begins,
could be
she
described.
walks to the window to begin shooing everyone else in. And then she turns back to you and she says, well, you better believe in my children soon, or your quest will be a fool's errand. And with that, we'll return to the general chat as everyone walks in.
All right.
Pokemon.
That
Pokemon!
sounds horrible. And what I when you said what it was.
Alright, you all, Gaia walks to the window and gestures for you to re-enter the home, and you all do.
Oh,
What is
shit.
that sound? That is a horrible sound.
That is Corin getting too close to another recording module of some sort.
Ah.
I fixed it.
Well,
Good job.
you are all now in Gaia's little shack. After
What's
she
in the
had
shack?
a
Can we look
private.
around?
It's very barren. All that's there is a table, a singular chair, and some fruit. There is currently a Salik on the table.
Gaia, what do you do to pass the time?
I journey through this jungle and help keep everyone within it happy.
There's
So
no-
you are or are not Mother Nature?
Mother Nature is an interesting term to give to me. I am the Titan of the Earth. So I guess I
The
am
hell
the
is a
embodiment
Titan?
of nature.
Yeah, a what?
I'm sorry, what?
What the
You're a
hell
what?
is a Titan?
Oh, I'm so sorry. I assumed you all knew what a Titan was. I am the mother of some of the gods. The Titans came
Holy Jesus,
long
you're
before the
old.
gods. Oh yes, I am millennium old.
Only a millennium or a few or like okay, I'm just kind of curious.
Don't you know it's rude to ask a woman her age, 6?
Did I ask your age?
You
I
seem
mean,
to be
you did
trying to
call it old.
guess.
Well, I mean, I more assumed than you offered. I'm just saying.
Just,
Valid point. Maybe you were tricked. My bad.
I am very, very old. Older than the gods themselves. Just leave it at that.
Kind of sensitive. All right, I get it. I'll leave you alone.
So, if you're the mother of some of the gods and you've been around,
Nah,
shut up. You must, like,
get
know.
around. Yeah.
You guys know that that's not what I meant.
Children, children, please, don't be so mature.
So, what can you tell us about what happened to the gods?
Well, 1,000 years ago, during the Great War, the gods basically gave up on this timeline, on this world. I decided to remain to keep this jungle healthy as I've maintained this jungle for the last 1,000 years, and even before that, this has been my domain basically. But my children and my sister all seem to have gone off to different places. Different, well, it's difficult to explain. But the main gist is, this is the worst possible outcome. But with your hero's quest to return the gods to this world, you may be able to save your time.
Wait, we're supposed to be heroes? Solomon's a hero?
Yes, dear Six,
Oh.
and you are as well.
Oh, I knew I was great.
Solomon is just flexing in just indignant attitude, staring at Six like, I want to kill him. I want to kill him.
And Gaia seems to notice you almost reading your thoughts and looks at you and says, "Remember what we talked about, Solomon."
I am remembering clearly. He's still staring at him, but he hasn't said anything.
And
Where
Gaia,
exactly did everyone else go, Gaia?
well, that's the difficult part. They are no longer on this world, but they can be brought back.
Right,
Corin,
so
I
we're gonna bring
believe
back
Niles attempted
your-
to contact you, right?
Who?
Wait, but we found a note. Well, Corin grabbed the note that said that the gods are waiting for us in the wastelands.
Well, yes. The first step to reviving, or to bring the gods back, is in their forge in the wastelands.
The forge.
My question,
Where
so
Corin found me.
why did
Nearby.
the temple need to blow up?
Well, of course, the Ancient One does not want you to bring the gods back. He is attempting to stop you.
Okay, so
I
there's
see.
there's something else that we really need to be concerned about.
Some might call it a final boss of sorts. He resides in the Dark Citadel within the Wastelands. The Haven of the Dark. He rules over the southern half of this continent. And I believe he has some sort of influence in other continents as well, but I cannot confirm that. But I do
Is
know
he a god as well?
he is not a god, no. He was once a Titan, but I believe he's ascended. I'm sorry, I have not gone down left my jungle in a long time. I cannot confirm exactly what has happened down there. All I know is he does not want you to bring the gods back. And so the death of the elf that you and the invasion of the orcs were his doing,
Zero.
and the bomb planted in the temple that was also an agent of his.
See, Corn, it's not your fault.
Niles wishes to return to this world as well.
The hell's a
Corn,
Nile?
the god you talked to He is the god of prophecies, and he understands the importance of this timeline. That is why he came to you in your dream.
Does he understand the importance of proper communication?
Well, he's bound by certain laws that do not allow him to communicate with you openly. That is why he came to you in a dream.
I want to. Solomon wants to like lean down to Corn and be like, "Is that the fucking bird dude you were talking about?"
Yeah,
Oh,
thanks.
you mean Abdul? No, Abdul is the god of dreams. He must be the one who brought Niles to you. Niles is very much appears in a human form with a very nice suit. And as she says that, Corn, your entire dream comes rushing back to you.
In my defense, he only mentioned the bird.
The crane bird you have just learned is named Abdul, and he is the god of dreams.
Gaia, you speak of timelines like there's more than this one. Is there?
Well, dear Walker, of course there is. The gods pick and choose their favorite to inhabit that certain timeline. Before the Great War 1,000 years ago, they would hop between timelines, helping different heroes on their quests. They abandoned this one during the Great War. The Great War only happened in this timeline.
So
Why
wait,
not just pick a
what
better
you're
one then, Gaia?
saying sounds to me. Sorry, go ahead. You were saying.
No, 6, go ahead.
So what you're saying, what it sounds like you're saying to me is that the gods chose to help others in other timelines, but forsook this one because they didn't like how it was going. Like this was a big game of chess. That's fucking bullshit.
You are correct, Six. It is. Not all of the gods believed in this choice, but they had to listen. I, of course, myself am not a god, so I was able to get out of their choice and stay in this timeline.
Some of your children are assholes. I'm just saying.
And she lets out a little chuckle. Yes, they're not all the best, but they've tried their darndest.
Solomon's gonna lean down to Corn one more time and go, "Wait a minute. He's called her old and her children assholes, and he's not getting choked. What did we do? What did we do?"
And Gaia gives you a little smile, like she heard your whispering. And then she turns to Salik, who's still passed out on the table. She says, Salik here is a great hero from another plane. He has incredible power. And so I asked him to come to this plane to assist. Well, it appears he'll be out of commission for a little while, but... Well, I will keep him here with me as he heals and regains his strength.
What is his specialty? What is his significance to this plane?
He is not from this plane. He is... He's an outsider who I invited in, but trust me when I say he is very powerful and he has proven himself battling great foes. He once fought the great demon lord, the Demigorgon, on his own, and survived and was winning.
What was winning?
Well, he would have won, but his friends decided to interfere and make it a 5-on-1, making the fight rather easy for him.
Okay, I was like, wait a minute. If he was, and now he's here, which irrelevant.
Sounds like a eunuch.
He beat the Demigorgon down quite well until his friends arrived. But, well, when he protected some of you from the explosion, it, as you can tell, did a great deal of damage to him. So he must recover his strength.
Yeah, when he wakes up, tell him I apologize.
I will make sure to do that. But for now, you all have a quest before you.
Quest? Yes, quest? What?
Yes, a quest 6. You must return the gods to this plane.
But didn't they kind of fuck it up? Sorry, go ahead.
No, 6, you bring up a great point. It was not them who fucked it up, but... Well, that one king 1,000 years ago who... Well, I've been alive a long time. All the names blend together. I don't remember his name, to be completely honest. Whatever his name was, he fucked it up in this timeline. The gods just figured this timeline would blow itself up, but as you clearly can see, it persists.
Well, I mean, if you call this living, we only have a few cities compared to what we've heard used.
Well,
So,
my sister, the Titan of the Night, the Titan of Darkness, she has a very prosperous city on top of her mountain. I believe you all know it as the myth of darkness.
Yep, for sure.
Absolutely.
yeah, someplace that I know no one who's ever successfully gone. But yeah,
Well, that's because you were never allowed up. But you all will be allowed up eventually. For now, you
okay,
must
so
continue.
not long. Thank you.
You must continue gathering your strength and becoming stronger. Eventually, you will have to challenge the Ancient One to restore hope to this timeline.
Is he also going to explode?
Well,
Is there any more explosions?
um,
I'm gonna
I,
guess one or two.
I am a Titan of the Earth. I do not know time as my brother would have, but sadly, I believe he's dead. Different story for a different time.
Wait, how did your brother die?
6 different story for a different time.
Oh my goodness.
So
So many
if
questions.
if we go on this quest and we attempt to bring the gods back, what if they don't want to come back?
Then we'll make them.
Well, that's why you must prove this timeline is worth coming back to, dear Shem.
We can't just like say, we'll tell your mother on you.
What?
Dearie, if
Hey,
their
by
if
the
their
way-
mother being on this timeline was worth anything, they would have come back long ago.
By the way, just
Damn.
saying, like, you totally fixed Corin, and you're doing wonderful things with a guy on the table there. But back bacon is still kind of needing a hand there.
And she
Maybe
walks up to
before we
you,
go-
Shem, and she lightly presses her hand against your back, and immediately you feel all pain go away.
She touched me.
That looks nice. Do me next. Do me next.
No, like I don't believe anybody in this nobody's in this group has touched me.
Were we supposed to?
I thought in the
I'm
last
done with the
session
Gaia.
when you started shape changing, I was like rubbing your face every time you were changing.
And actually, Solomon
So
has
Shem has yet to be
Solomon
touched
has touched you, Shem. You were just unconscious as he was casting lay on hands on your destroyed body.
Solomon is gonna look at Gaia and go, is touching your teammates the friendly thing to do? Should I be touching them?
No, Solomon,
by. Don't
just
you dare fucking touch me.
I mean,
Corin,
Solomon,
Solomon, behave.
want to, but I
Children,
mean, like,
children.
I walk over and give Solomon a hug.
There you go. Follow Walker's lead.
Solomon's
I'm
just
gonna
gonna
go hug Walker.
yeah, Solomon's just gonna like pat the side of his like robot head and be like, I think I'm doing this right.
There's now a 6 hugging you as well.
I am confused, so I join in.
And slowly but surely, it turns into a big old group hug until Corin is the only one not included. And Corin, you are watching this big group hug. What do you do?
You're in the center of it.
I'm just gonna like look up a guy and be like, "This is not a requirement, is it?"
Gaia just smiles at you.
I was gonna say Zeph is probably not hugging them either. She's probably just standing next to Corin. Like,
So I'm just gonna like reach over and just like
okay.
tap Zeph's knee and walk out.
I cast Mage Hand and start hugging Corn with my Mage Hand.
And Gaia smiles at you, Zeph.
I'm just gonna smile back at her.
And she nods her head towards the big group hug.
I No. I understand the importance of this, but I'm not at that level of wanting to
No touchy
initiate
touchy. It's okay.
a hug
A-
with them at the moment.
and you feel something push you on your back towards the party. You kind of stumble towards them.
Gaia, no offense, but forcing me to hug, it's probably going to cause more animosity than friendship here.
So,
And
No,
then you
break
feel a
off the
stronger
follow that
push,
lead.
and you fall onto Esmelda, who's on the outside. You are now like grasped around her to keep balance.
so Six is going to break away and be like, that got close really fast. I'm hot.
Yep.
Can we, like... Are we done?
The mention that he says that he's hot, I'm just gonna like push everybody off and be like, oh, all right, that was.
Yep, and the group hug ends there.
I'm
Gaia,
gonna out of Gaia's shack.
not that would help us at all, but if there's all these timelines out there, why save this one?
Because I never gave up, dear Walker.
How many of these timelines are you trying to save?
Well, let's not get into it, dear Walker. It's a very long explanation.
Do we have anywhere to go?
Are
Like,
you
right
asking?
now? I'm
Well,
asking everyone.
for now, you should rest and compose yourselves.
Yeah, so that means there's time for story time.
Story time.
Well, whenever Zeph returns, I will inform you of where you should be going next.
Six is going to bolt to the door and be like, Zeph, come here, story time.
Gaia, I have a question.
I may have an answer.
Can you explain something to me?
What is that?
Six, if I may.
Yeah, sure. Please, go ahead.
What is this? And I cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter on Six. You gotta save first. Roll the save.
No, I
You can
don't.
choose to fail.
He can choose.
Well,
And suddenly,
Perhaps-
Six, you stop laughing as Gaia casts Counterspell. And she looks at you and
Okay.
says, that is a
No.
spell that makes your opponent laugh. What do you mean, dear Walker?
but when she casts Counterspell, I'm gonna use what is it called? Chronal Shift, and make her re-roll that.
Counterspell's not a roll, friend.
Damn it! I'm trying to find an entry to facilitate this conversation. You guys are murdering me here.
Counterspell's only a roll if you cast a 4th level or higher spell. I don't think you can cast 4th level spells yet.
Fine. Fair enough.
Spell.
I go back to 6 and I cast Sapping Sting.
But Walker, stop. Why are you trying to hurt your friend?
I can't explain it other than showing it, but it seems like I can.
Yes, you can cast magic. What of it?
No, it's different. I can see different outcomes.
You're a time
And you
wizard.
speak of your.
You're
I
just
don't
like my
know what it
my
is.
brother, who's a titan of time. What are you
I-
trying to get at?
That I don't know about that. What you speak of your brother? That's why I ask.
Your maker Zerum obviously was very interested in my brother, and so he built a robot. You are
He
said
built a
robot.
robot.
So he made me this way.
Yes, of course. Zerum must have been very interested in the time wizard or the time titan that made him age to 70.
What? Where is he now? This Titan.
This titan is dead, as I said.
What? Is there anything left of him?
Not to my knowledge, no.
So I'm alone.
And she kind of opens her hand to the rest of the party and she says, "You are not alone, dear Walker."
Yeah, you're the only thing that Corin has. Let's be honest. Wait, sorry.
Well, he does have all of us now. Fair enough. I'm trying to understand.
Walker, you will one day be a very powerful wizard. Your maker based you off of my brother, who was the most powerful titan. Just trust in the process, dear Walker. You will understand one day.
Did
I
you
nod
just say
and
trust in the process?
I did, yes.
God damn it!
and I nod and go back to backing off.
Is there any mysteries of your past you would like solved to your party?
Where did babies come from?
Well, you see, when a mommy and daddy really like each
Listen,
other,
I don't think you
they
really need to
fuck.
explain it with how she talks. I'm fairly certain there's an understanding.
And then
Where's the
eventually, in the middle of their fucking, the man comes and his sperm goes into the woman's egg and creates a baby.
And of course, Ricky.
And there goes
Miracle
our
That just
sponsorship.
went from PC to hard as fuck.
Well, she asked where babies came from. I, of course, explained it.
Wait, but never mind.
Gaia, one other question. Where are the rest of the Warforged? I've not seen another of my kind.
Well, to my knowledge, they were all destroyed.
Hey, I got a question.
Yes.
Do you have any universal adhesive?
No? What an odd question.
Do you know where I can get some?
I don't even know what universal adhesive is, so, no.
Really strong glue.
Oh, I kind of like the glue that holds us together. Yeah,
Oh.
that stuff.
I have no idea. I'm sorry, Corin.
Gaia, with
I'm a goddess of the earth, not of glue.
how long have the gods been gone again, Gaia?
Isn't it?
If I remember correctly, glue came from horses. So, yeah, definitely not a horse god.
I mean, horses are part of nature, aren't they?
I'm not a nature goddess. I'm the titan of earth.
Same thing.
Very, very different, actually.
I also am kind of confused on the differentiating factors.
I will not get into explaining it.
Okay. It was just. Anyways, with the gods being gone for so long, how is there still some of us who have the power of the gods in us?
Well, like I said, not all of the gods abandon this timeline. They just can't openly support it. Like Niles coming to court in dreams.
So this is a bad timeline.
This is...
All seems to be rather convoluted. Why not just take people from this timeline to another world?
Well, the Titan of Time is gone. He was the only one with that power.
But the gods can jump back and forth?
Well, the gods are different from mortals.
I mean, if there's already a version of us in other timelines, wouldn't you try to kill yourself? There can be only one.
There can be more than one.
Not really. Have you met me? It'd be a dream to you. I'd love to meet me.
Solomon, you would kill yourself.
I would not.
Your other timeline is an atheist.
I would kill him.
Your other timeline's a warlock who does nothing but cast spells all day.
Of the undead.
Anyways, has Zeph returned?
She's outside. She comes in when she hears that.
Oh, welcome back, dearie. Now that you're all here and hopefully your questions are all answered, I may begin laying out part of the quest for you.
All right.
I thought the quest was okay.
As I said, you are much too weak to enter the wastelands as you are now. You must build strength.
Yeah, come on, Solomon, let's go.
You must acquire powerful magic items left behind by the gods to assist you on your quest.
Wait, so did they just they left these things everywhere? Because that seems incredibly irresponsible.
No, Solomon,
I
are
agree.
you stupid?
I mean, sometimes probably.
He is.
Corn, you're
Boy.
also stupid. Shut up. The gods knew this quest would happen one day, and so they left me with the information of some of these items for you.
So wait, if they knew that this was gonna, I'm very confused.
Six,
They
don't
left.
question it. Don't question it, Six.
Oh my gosh.
You will never understand. I'm sorry.
Multiverse.
Why can't
sucks.
we just like replace the gods?
Yes, and how do you pretend, or how do you think you can become immortal and become a god yourself, dearie?
I mean, didn't you say that you're the mother of the gods? I mean, can't you just have
Like-
more?
That's not how the world works, dear.
Oh my
Do you
god,
not know?
ask her that.
Yeah. Hello. Where is Mr. Titan?
I have a
Duh.
question. Where did Titan babies come from?
We came from nothing.
Guy, you have to understand. This is 24/7. Cut me some.
You get no slack from me, dear.
Solomon, you're working on another hog.
Regardless, the great bridge that connects Polo, Hito, and Jiro still stands. You must journey to Polo and find a boat. To the south of Polo, in the middle of the ocean, you will find a great ruin left by the dwarfs. There you will find some more answers.
So you want us to go to Polo, where everything is a complete wasteland. Find some boat, and it's going to take us to where the dwarves used to exist. They're ruins of some kind.
Dear Six,
Is that
do
correct?
you believe everything you read?
Well, I mean, if I'm not mistaken,
read?
isn't that where Walker was found?
Walker, where were you found, dearie?
I believe it was in a laboratory where Corin found me. At
That's
least
right.
one.
Where was this laboratory at, Corin?
Up near the mountains, down south past the wastelands.
Oh, okay. never
Well,
mind then.
Six, there's your answer. Walker, Corin,
Wastelands.
have you ever been to Polo?
Yeah, I have.
Was it all wastelands and destruction?
Pretty much.
And then she shoots you a real sly wink, and she says, "Well, you haven't been to the correct parts of Polo then."
I've been back and forth all over there.
Well, not the
Oh,
correct areas.
I mean, you also did blow up a temple, so.
Solomon, behave.
I am behaving.
That was Corin's. That was Corin's. Never mind.
God,
So we need to go to Polo, yes? How are we supposed to get to Polo, Gil?
I just told you how. The Great Bridge still exists.
For now.
Well,
So when do we go, guys?
Blow up the bridge.
hopefully the ancient one doesn't get there before you.
Alright. We'll burn that bridge when we get to it.
Does he like run really quickly, or just teleports, or like what's the actual chance we beat him?
Well, if he does not know you're going, then pretty high. We will hope he does not know you're going.
who or what is the ancient one?
I cannot say his name, dearie.
So,
Well, how was he created then?
I'm unable to tell you the information of him.
Here's a-
Otherwise, he will know I live here,
Do we-
and he will come to end me.
Did we just
So-
error for Gaia?
Yes, you did.
so I have a question. If this dark one doesn't know you're here and doesn't know that the gods are talking to us, how is it that he knows to kill some elves and blow up a temple?
Well, I cannot tell you that either. Otherwise, he will know I'm here. Me just mentioning him is very dangerous for myself.
Can't you just like write it down?
So essentially, he's just stronger than you and all the rest of the gods.
He would outpower me and destroy me quite easily.
And what we're supposed to
I have
do?
questions
Stop
again!
him?
Children,
What,
children,
what-
children,
what is
children.
our purpose with this?
Eventually, you will have to defeat him. But the 7 of you together, when you get that strong, will be able to outmatch me easily.
Teamwork, yay!
Hold you to
Trust
that.
the process. Yay.
Trust the process, yes.
Damn it!
For now, you have the beginning of your quest. You
Last
must,
question. Why would you not do this yourself?
because I cannot leave this jungle, dear Walker.
Are you bound?
My life force is bound to this jungle. If I leave, the Ancient One will come and destroy it, thereby destroying me.
Does the Ancient One predate on other abandoned timelines?
What?
Does the Ancient One predate on other abandoned timelines like this? It seems like he's consumed this place in the god's absence.
He has taken advantage of the situation, yes.
Hmm.
He has risen to a great power that even I cannot handle.
Fair enough.
So, nap time and then we go? Or do we just leave now?
I figured we were just going.
No, please relax. Enjoy a nice night's sleep.
So, who wants to cuddle? Because this room's not very big.
There are, of
I
course, other bedrooms for you each.
I'll sleep outside.
Oh, damn it.
And with that, each of you move off to your own bedroom / areas of sleeping, like the dirt outside for one of you. And so you are
Yeah,
each
the
alone
biggest
with your
room.
thoughts. And Zeph, you are, I'm assuming, out and enjoying the nature of the jungle, correct?
Yep. She'd be outside.
Yep.
And you sense Gaia walking up to you.
Hello.
Hello, Zeph. You do not appear to be
Hello.
sleeping yet.
I like basking in this nature. It's different being away from a forest or a place with lots of animals. I'm still
I've
adjusting to being around humans and humanoids.
I've worked hard to make this jungle as peaceful and luscious as it is. It's taken many years.
Absolutely beautiful.
I get the feeling you don't like me, dearie.
No, it's not that I don't like you. I mean, you've made this wonderful place, and it's everything I could have ever hoped for in a place. It's more the situation that I find ourselves in, and as I said, I'm not very comfortable around other humanoids, and being forced to interact in a moment like that was a little invasive, and I did not quite appreciate that.
Well,
But
you are going to have to very quickly learn how to get to become friends with your teammates. It is the difference between life and death, dearie.
oh, no, I understand that, but I think we're still at that point where we may not all be as comfortable with each other yet. And it comes with time, and trying to force something like that on somebody can make them resent the bond that they're supposed to have come naturally. I'm not saying you did something wrong, and as I said, I'm not angry about it. I'm not used to being around others, and their interaction is just different for me.
Well, I hope you manage to get used to it, but that is not why I've come to talk to you, dearie.
Um, would you like to have a seat? I mean, this is your jungle.
No, I have many more stops to make tonight. For now, eventually your journey will take you to Jiro, and when it does, you must seek out Jihas. She is the goddess of the harvest. and she will be instrumental to you reaching your full strength.
I'll keep an ear out for that name.
You will know her when she appears before you. I promise.
I take your word for that.
And with that, she turns and begins walking away. Walker, you are alone. Where are you standing? Are you in the jungle or are you in the little hut she prepared for you? Where are you at?
I'm sitting out front, watching all the nighttime nature, playing with my little familiar owl.
Yep, and eventually she comes over to you and sits down next to you. She says, You have many questions left, do you not?
Yes, I have a lot. But as I understand it, I need to trust the process.
Yeah, the answers will come eventually. But there is one being who can answer all of your questions.
Who is that?
Eventually, you must find Helm, the god of death.
Why Helm? And is he still here? Where is Helm now?
I cannot answer that. But I can tell you, as a Warforged, you are a being with a spirit and sentience being that is able to avoid him, and therefore you have quite the special connection to him. You yourself date back to before the Great War.
Does he know my father?
Helm
My
is
creator?
very familiar with your creator. Helm will have the answers you seek. You just
Very well.
have to find him.
How do I find him?
He will come. You just have to keep an ear out. You
And
must
then
learn
I
to
reach for the side of
recognize
my
his...
head and start grabbing for what should be an ear to take it out.
You must follow the signs. He will come.
I think I understand.
Good. And she turns and walks away from you, Walker. And she comes to Esmelda. Where are you at?
I'm eating. But anyway,
Stop eating.
um,
It's D&D time, damn it. You've been eating the entire session.
not the entire session.
You were eating when we
But
started, and we're an hour and 40 minutes into it. You're still eating, damn it.
I was talking about Esmeralda.
So Esmeralda's eating?
Yes.
It's fun to
I'm
give
just
you
like
shit. Anyways, as Esmeralda's eating, Gaia walks up to her, and she sits down at the table across from you. But she doesn't say anything yet. She just kind of watches you.
Okay, upon seeing Guy, I'm gonna like kind of freeze and just like choke my food down and be like, "Hi."
Hello, dearie.
Um, would you like some?
Oh, no, I'm good. I've already eaten today.
Oh, okay. If that's the case, can I help you?
You do not want to bring the gods back, do you? You are just here to witness the events.
Well, yeah. Honestly, the only reason why I'm here. Yeah, you caught me.
Oh, I've not caught you in anything, dearie. I just pay very close attention to those that I must. You will be instrumental in the return of the gods.
Really? Because like I've just been here the entire time for the ride to like honestly just have the story.
Well,
Didn't really
dearie,
think I'd be important here.
you are very important, and it is time you begin in putting yourself into the situations. becoming part of the story that you are witnessing?
Being part of the story isn't really my thing, but
Well,
if it's, I guess
the best
I have no
actors
other
learn
choice.
by being there.
That is true.
You will know the emotions to put on stage because you have felt those emotions.
Damn, we're good. You got more acting advice?
Oh, sorry, dearie. That is all I have for you now. But you must begin putting yourself into this story. Otherwise, you are all be doomed.
Not gonna lie, ma'am. That sounds kind of like a threat, but like, I'll I'll follow through.
Well, I'm not the one threatening you. I am just the one giving you the warning. And with that, she stands from the table and begins walking away.
You sure you don't want a snack?
And she waves you off. 6, what are you doing?
6 is napping.
As you're napping, you feel a presence watching over you. And wake up.
Mama?
No, not your mama. Hello, 6.
Hi! How are you?
Well, I'm wonderful. How are you?
Horrible.
Horrible?
You never touched me. I still hurt you.
And with that, she puts her hand on your shoulder and all the pain goes away.
Yay! Full belly. Like, actually all there again.
Are we better now, 6?
Yep. I can eat whole food. Not just liquid diet. Makes look very happy.
Good, good, I'm glad. You will need to be at full strength for what lies before you.
What lies before me?
Yes, 6, what lies before you.
Solomon, isn't it?
It is not
Fucking weird.
Solomon. His name is actually Zelenus. He is the god of the sea.
God of the sea? But what's... Huh?
Well, eventually he will come before you with a test. If you pass the test, you will be granted extraordinary strength. This is my warning to you, as if you fail, you doom this world.
Well, it's not the first time I fucked up somebody's plans.
Well, do not fuck these plans up, 6. And with
Well,
that, you begin feeling very drowsy, and as she walks away, you fall back asleep.
God damn it.
Shem, what are you doing?
Well, I imagine I'm sitting inside my bottle and I'm scribbling in a journal.
And as you sit in your bottle, you hear footsteps inside your bottle and turn to see Gaia standing in there with you.
Ah!
You sound alarmed, dear.
Nobody comes into my room.
Well,
Sorry, it scared me.
I don't generally have that effect on people. Interesting.
I just wasn't expecting anybody in my bottle. I'm so sorry about the smell. It came from the trash. It won't go away.
And she clicks her finger and the smell goes away. And it smells wonderful in here. And she looks at you and she says, "You have been very uninvolved in this quest so far, Shem. Why?"
I don't really know my purpose or place or if I really fit into the group. I want to. I'm just not sure if I can.
Well, dear, you must learn how to. You are the glue that will hold this group together. Without you, they will kill each other.
I think they're already trained to do that.
Well, for now I have calmed them down a little bit, but you must learn to step into that role. You must learn to become the glue. You must learn how to keep this group from tearing itself apart from the inside. There is a great trial that awaits you, Shem. One that, without the support of this group, will destroy you. You must bring them together. You must make a family of these misfits. Only then will your quest succeed.
Do you think I can actually do this?
And she rests her hand and kind of caresses your cheek. And I know you can, dear. I've never believed in anyone more.
Aww.
And with that, she turns and she exits your bottle. Now let's
Dear
go.
diary, I met a lady.
And
The all-powerful fairy godmother.
there we go. Now everyone is unmuted, and it is now the next morning. And both Gaia and Sleek are nowhere to be found.
Are we all still in our separate rooms?
You all have met at Gaia's main cabin after all waking up, and you find a wonderful breakfast sat before you. But no Gaia and no Sleek. They have both disappeared. You do not feel the powerful presence of either of them either.
So, that was weird. Hello?
Wow, has. Oop.
Oh, there we go. I can hear people now.
Okay. Well, did Gaia visit anyone last night?
No.
Yep.
Yes.
Oh.
No.
I think
Oh.
she already had the conversation with Corin and Solomon. I think the rest of us just needed to hear whatever she had to say.
I mean, my conversation was a little one-sided.
Yes.
Let me
Well,
guess.
I mean, go ahead.
No. You go ahead.
Considering the conversation you were having previous to the apparent lashing you received, I'm not surprised.
Yeah, I am pretty curious about what she said to you. How badly did she roast you?
There's no roasting done.
Aw,
Okay.
she showed you love.
That is also still pretty foreign. It wasn't
Sorry.
pleasant, but it wasn't the worst conversation I've had.
So, wait, I got a question. Is your face okay?
6,
I'm
not
not justifying that with an answer. That's about the best I can give you.
Hey, I got a question. Anybody else, like, do you like water? Like, is water a good thing? Because, I mean, I
No.
get it,
Wait.
bathing and drinking it, yeah, that's good, but apparently I'm gonna have to deal with a lot of it soon. That's what I was told.
I mean, water historically is one of the most necessary things you'll need, and also incredibly destructive.
Yay! Damn it.
And, like, do you need to learn how to swim or something? There's
Well, I mean, I know
something-
how to flirt, kinda.
I mean,
Maybe somebody
Kinda.
should show me
yeah,
how to.
there's
Maybe somebody should show me how to swim. Just saying, it could be important one day.
You can learn how to
Um,
control water, I think.
That
Like, there
might be
are
what it's
wizards out
plugged
there with the
into.
ability.
you sure have met some interesting people, haven't you?
Are you talking to Six?
I was talking to you.
Oh, to me?
Yeah.
And with that, the party continues their conversation as they enjoy breakfast. And that is where we are going to end today's session.
Oh man.
You each had your own individual conversations with one of the most powerful beings to ever exist. And you each have your own assigned tasks.
I'm gonna become
Yay!
Universal adhesive.
I'm gonna.
And as for the stream over here, / YouTube in the future, thank you all so much for watching. If you all enjoyed, make sure you leave a like down below, comments for YouTube, subscribe if you want to see more. For Twitch, follow if you want to see more, subscribe if you want to support me personally. And thank you all for hanging out and watching. We will see you all next week. Again, Friday, 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. That's 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 9 p.m. Cornfield Time. You know, the basics. We will catch you all next week. Peace out, Girl Scouts.